Okay, all of you, good morning and welcome back to political science class. Okay, so far we completed one chapter from our syllabus. The first chapter, challenges of national building, and we almost half of the second chapter is finished. Okay, the era of one party dominance. Clear. And yesterday we discussed about the Congress party and their performance in the first three general elections in India. Clear. The first three general elections. And you wrote the notes related with the Congress dominions in the first three general elections too. Clear? So we will continue that. Okay, 1 minute. Just open your textbook, everyone, and we are here. I told to read the textbook also. Hope you people read it and you know the difference between the Congress party and all other parties and the criticisms on the Congress victory, and how the Communist Party that become the ruling party in Kerala. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the nature of Congress dominance. Nature of Congress dominance in the first three general elections. And the same time, I told you people, in each and every page, we are able to find the information related with the different ministries in the first ministry of India. Clear? The first government of India. Okay, so in each page, we are able to find so. And the same time, number of sources are there in the textbook. All the sources also important for the examination. Source based questions are there. Per page we are able to find the different caricatures. Clear or not? Caricatures and cartoons are important for the examination. Maps are there. Map pointing, that also important for the examination. So nothing to leave. Clear or not? It's like a coconut tree. So we are able to use almost all the part of a coconut tree, right or not? Huh? Huh? Can anyone tell me any part is there without any use or with no use? Any part is there for a coconut tree? This is our textbook also like that only. Everything is important for us. Okay. Basically for a political science student. It's a Bible or Bhagavad Gita or Quran, whatever it is. Okay. It is that for us, the most important thing for us. Okay. So everything is connected with this. Okay. So we discussed about the role of what you can say, the Communist Party, and what happened in the Communist Party's first government, and we studied that it is the first uh, case of misusing the constitutional powers by the central government by dissolving the state government of Kerala in the year 1959 under the article 356. They declared emergency in the states. Okay, so declaring emergency in the sense the rule will dissolve. The present government's rule will dissolve, and instead of that, the presidential rule will be there. Clear or not? Okay, who will rule there? The president of India will control the administration of the state. When we can say that a kind of military rule, because he is the person who's the chief of the armed forces in India, right? The Indian president. So he can only deploy the military to maintain the administration in the particular state. Clear? Hope these things are clear for you. And coming to the next page, we are discussing about a particular party called the Socialist Party. The Socialist Party, along with their emblem. Okay, so here it is. Their idea is forward to a mass party. Or today want to create a party with a mass participation. Number of people want to join in this group. That's what their main aim. The origin of the Socialist Party can be traced back to the mass movement stage of the Indian National Congress in the pre-independence era. So before independence onwards, or since independence, sorry, pre-independence period also, we are able to find the development of the Socialist Party in India. The Congress Socialist Party, remember, it is termed as CSP, Congress Socialist Party, was formed within the Congress. So we know that present day there are number of political parties are there. Directly or indirectly, these parties are connected with the Congress Party, right or not? Okay, I'm not speaking about the most what we can say, uh, modern parties. I mean, the parties that are formed by different film artists. Okay, number of such parties are there in Karnataka, that's in Tamil Nadu, in even Andhra Pradesh also number of political parties are there that basically formed by film stars. Okay, no, I'm not discussing about such kind of parties there. So the parties with some pedigree, okay, clear or not? Such parties are basically connected with the International Congress. Okay, so within the Congress in 1934, by a group of young leaders who wanted a more radical and egalitarian Congress. So egalitarian means that providing more equality. Clear. So Congress Party also faced the problem related with equality within the Congress Party. Within the Congress Party, it's a major problem that faced by the party too. Okay, and they want a radical movement. A radical movement. They are against the idea of non-violence and satyagraha. Non-violence and satyagraha. In 1948, the Congress amended its constitution to prevent its members from having a dual party membership. Okay, so Congress made a resolution. What is that? They prevent its members to get membership in other parties or dual party membership. It's not possible. Present it is not possible, right? We cannot take a membership in CPM and Congress Party together. We cannot have membership in BJP and the CPM together, right? Impossible. So we can take membership only in one party, one party. So Congress Party started that activity. So before that, a number of people can participate in different political parties. Okay, different political ideas are there. This forced the socialist to form a separate socialist party in the year 1948. So, Socialist Party (CSP) that formed in the year 1948. The party's electoral performance caused much disappointment to its supporters. Although the party had presence in most of the states in India, it could achieve electoral success only in a few pockets. Okay, so but in the election, this party became a failure. Then also, number of people attracted to the ideology of that political party, and they won some seats in different states. Okay, the socialist believed in, so because we want to understand one thing there, this party also formed by from the Congress Party only. So they have some members or some organization set up in almost all the states. Okay, the socialist believed, so socialism, the people those who believing in the ideology of socialism is called as socialists. Okay, the people those who believe in the ideology of socialism are termed as socialists. Clear or not? So who is a socialist? So we will discuss about that. So you can see that most of the political parties will give this importance. Okay, this word, it is important for them. What is that? Socialism. Okay, clear or not? In our constitution, in the preamble also we are able to find the same word, right? Yes or no? We the people of India having solemn resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, what is next word? Socialist, secular, democratic, republic, right? So there also the word is there. What is that? Socialism. Then what is socialism? What is socialism? Just observe it clearly here. Socialists believed in the ideology of democratic socialism, which is distinguished from both from Congress as well as from the communists. Okay, so socialists believed the ideology that is separated from Congress and communist. They criticized the Congress for favoring capitalists and landlords and for ignoring the workers and the peasants. So Socialist Party, or you can see that CSP, it is against the Congress Party related with the program of the Congress Party. What is that program? They are always doing something for in favor of the capitalist, the owners, landlords, okay, owners of the industries and for the landlords. And they are not giving any importance for the workers and peasants. Clear or not? Workers and farmers. They are not giving any importance for the workers and farmers. That's what the main allegation that made by the CSP party against the Congress, against the Congress. 1 minute. Okay, sorry guys, sorry for the disturbance. Me on the recording again. Okay, so sorry for the disturbance guys there. Here the textbook. Okay, so that's what. So CSP, okay, the Congress Socialist Party, it is against, sorry, it is not. Okay, so sorry. Come back, everyone, come back. So we are discussing about the ideology of CSP against the Congress Party, right? Okay, so the ideology. Why CSP is against Congress? Because Congress Party, they followed their program. What is that? They are in favor of or they are in support of the capitalists or the landlords. Okay, capitalist and the landlord, the rich people, and always ignoring the workers and the peasants. Okay, but the socialists faced a dilemma when in 1955 the Congress declared its goal to be the socialist pattern of society. But the Congress Socialist Party, they face the dilemma. They don't know what to do next. Okay, because of one program that is announced by the Congress. What is that? Congress announced that, Congress declared that to be the socialist pattern of society, they are going to support the socialist society. So that created a problem for the CSP party, Congress Socialist Party. Thus, it became difficult for the socialists to present themselves as an effective alternative to the Congress. So they are unable to say that we are the effective alternative for the Congress party, because Congress party also declared that their aim also to create a socialist society. Clear? Understand? Okay. Some of them, led by Ram Manohar Lohia, increased their distance from the criticism of Congress party. Some others, like Ashok Mehta, advocated a limited cooperation with the Congress. So some of the leaders, again, they started cooperating with the Congress party. The Socialist Party went through many splits and reunions. So remember, in politics, these words are important. What is that? Splits of the party and reunion. Okay. Clear or no? So almost all the politicians will say that there are no permanent enemies or friends in politics. Clear or not? What is that? There is no permanent friends or enemies in politics. Clear or not? Today's friend might will turn as a enemy tomorrow, and today's enemy will become a friend of tomorrow. Clear or not? So there is no permanent friends or enemies in politics. Clear or not? So that's what these two words for us. What are splits? Okay, enmity, reunion. Again, they will become friends. I mean, join again. Okay, so the Socialist Party went through many splits and reunions, leading to the formation of many socialist parties. This include Kisan Mazdoor Praja Party. So, Socialist Party, Congress Socialist Party, that divided into several other parties. Okay, for example, you can see that Kisan Mazdoor Praja Party, the Praja Socialist Party, and the Samyukta Socialist Party, Jayaprakash Narayanan, Achyut Patwardhan, Ashok Mehta, Acharya Narendra Dev, Ram Manohar Lohia, and S.M. Joshi were among the leaders of socialist parties. Okay, so they are the main leaders, in which Jayaprakash Narayan is very much important for us. Okay, clear or not? Famously known as JP. Okay, so many parties in contemporary India, like the Samajwadi Party, the Rashtriya Janata Dal United, and the Janata Dal Secular. So you can see here, Janata Dal United, Janata Dal Secular. Okay, clear or not? So like number of parties are there, basically their ideas and programs are same, but because of some differences in the understanding, okay, so there is some clashes between, maybe ego clashes between the leaders, that led to the formation of these many political parties. Clear? Their ideologies are the same. Clear? But what is that? Okay, the ego clashes between the leaders, who is powerful. That kind of power clashes are there between the leaders, that created almost all these parties. So you know that International Congress, okay, the same time NCP also is there, National Congress Party. Clear? So NCP is formed from INC only. Clear? That is because of the clashes between the leaders. Clear? I already told you that the Kerala Congress, famously known as KZ. Okay, Kerala Congress, a political party in India. Okay, Kerala, yeah, India, Kerala. Okay, it's a regional party. So Kerala Congress. M is there, Kerala Congress. Secular is there. Okay, Kerala Congress. A, B, C, D, like that, various divisions are there because number of leaders are there in that party. Okay, so just understand that, just read it in this textbook in the page, Acharya Narendra Dev. Okay, clear or not? So a particular leader related with the socialist party. So freedom fighter and founding president of the Congress Socialist Party, jailed several times during the freedom movement, active in peasants movement, a scholar of Buddhism. Okay, after independence, led the Socialist Party and later the Praja Socialist Party, Acharya Narendra Dev. No, not Narendra Modi, Narendra Dev. Right. Okay, clear or not? Okay, so I or we people discussed the origin of the Socialist Party, clear Socialist Party in India, and why they reacted against the Congress Party. Clear or not? Clear or not? So I already told you that the Congress Party today, they're showing a centralistic viewpoint. Centralistic viewpoint means not with the capitalist and or not with the socialist or including both. Clear or not? Including both. That's what the ideology of Congress Party today. Okay. So now you are going to discuss about the nature of Congress dominance. India is not the only country to have experienced a dominance of one party. If you look around the world, we find many other examples of one party dominance. but there is a crucial difference between these and the Indian experience. In the rest of the cases, the dominance of one party was ensured by compromising democracy. In some countries like China, Cuba, and Syria, the constitution permits only a single party to rule the country. Clear or not? So, number of other countries also followed or still following the single party system, single party dominance. They are following, but in those countries, the constitution says, okay, or permits the rule of single party. But in India, the condition is not like that. Okay, the Indian constitution, as per the Indian provision, what is that? It's a multi-party system. Multi-party system. Okay, clear? Some other like Myanmar, Belarus, Egypt, and Eritrea. Okay, sorry, Eritrea are effectively one-party states due to legal and military measures. Okay, and some countries, the government is not supporting that, or the constitution not supporting that, but because of some reasons or revolutions that organized by the military, Myanmar, Belarus, Egypt, and Eritrea. These are the countries. Eritrea, will say like that. Okay, so like their countries are there where single party rule is there, but it is supported by the military. Okay, until a few years ago, Mexico, South Korea, and Taiwan were also effectively one party dominated states. Okay, clear or not? So these are some examples for some countries where only single party or one party dominions. Okay, what distinguished the dominance of the Congress party in India from all these cases was it happened under democratic conditions. Many parties contested election in conditions of free and fair election, and yet the Congress managed to win election after election. So in India, multi parties or number of parties have the capacity, or they are free to participate in the election. They participated also. But what happened here? What happened here? Congress party continuously. Okay, so there is no perfect competition from the other parties. Clear or not? Okay, clear or not? So Congress party managed to win a number of elections one after another. Okay, this was similar to the dominance of the African National Congress as enjoyed in South Africa after the end of apartheid. Okay, so Congress party's victories in India, okay, soon after independence, is almost like the African National Congress. Okay, the victory of African National Congress after completing or after fighting against apartheid. Already we studied that the Africans basically they fought against the Britishers related with this trouble called apartheid. It's a racial discrimination. Racial discrimination. Clear? Clear. So 1 minute, just read it. Everyone, make sure you got all these points properly. Come on, take your notebook, everyone. Start writing. Nature of Congress dominance. Okay, nature of Congress dominance. Okay, right on. India is not only the country, India is not only the country to have experienced, to have experienced, to have experienced the dominance of one party, the dominance of one party. Many other countries around the world, many other countries around the world are examples of one party dominance, are examples for one party dominance, are examples for one party dominance. Full stop. But there is a, but there is a, but there is a crucial difference, crucial difference between these, between these and the Indian experience, and the Indian experience. Second point, in the rest of the cases, in the rest of the cases, in the rest of the cases, The dominance of one party was, the dominance of one party was, the dominance of one party was ensured by, ensured by, ensured by compromising democracy, ensured by compromising democracy, ensured by compromising democracy. But in India, but in India, one party dominated, one party dominated, one party dominated under democratic conditions. So in other countries, they compromise the democratic conditions. But in India, one party dominated, okay, under democratic conditions. Democratic conditions. Clear? Next point. Many parties contested elections. Many parties contested elections in conditions of, many parties contested election in conditions of, in conditions of free and fair elections, free and fair elections, free and fair election, and yet Congress managed to win, and yet Congress managed to win, and yet Congress managed to win election after elections, election after election. Okay, nothing to worry. All these things are from the textbook only. Okay, so no need to write the entire things there. Some important points are there. You write that as the answer. Okay, next point. The roots of this extraordinary success, the roots of this extraordinary success, the roots of this extraordinary success of the Congress Party, extraordinary success of the Congress Party, go back to the legacy of the, go back to the legacy of the freedom struggle, legacy of the freedom struggle. Full stop. Congress was seen as, Congress was seen as inheritor of, Congress was seen as inheritor of, INHERITOR, inheritor of the national movement, inheritor of the national movement. Okay, next point. But the time of independence, but the time of independence, the party had not only spread across the, by the time of independence, the party had not, the party had not only spread across, had not only spread across the length and breadth of the country, the length and breadth of the country, the length and breadth of the country, but also had, but also had an organizational network, an organizational network, an organizational network down onto the local level, down onto the local level, down onto the local level. We already know that the Congress Party, it was the only party at that time. It is, its organizational setup is almost spread up everywhere in the country. Clear? Okay. Next point and last and final one. Most significantly, most significantly, most significantly, as the Congress was till recently, as the Congress was till recently a national party, a national party, its nature was, its nature was all inclusive, including everyone. Okay, including everyone. I already told you that it is a, the party's viewpoint is a centralistic viewpoint. All right. Okay, all inclusive, full stop. All these factors contributed, all these factors contributed to the dominance of, to the dominance of Congress party, to the dominance of Congress party. So you got the question there, right? Okay, write a short note on nature of the Congress dominance. Write the question. Write a short note on nature of the Congress dominance. Okay, fine. So anyway, I already informed you people today is a test is there for you people, but nobody intimated me that about the test. Nobody is worried about that. Anyway, I know that. Okay, so after the holidays, I will conduct it. Okay, so take some time to learn it. The first chapter, make it that chapter thorough. Okay, I will conduct that anyway. Hmm. So nobody intimated me, right? Saturday test is there. Nobody told that. Okay, let it be anyway. Okay, so moving forward. Clear. So we can see that Baba Sahib Ambedkar, okay, Bhim Rao Ramji Ambedkar, B.R. Ambedkar, okay, leader of the anti-caste movement and the struggle for justice for Dalits, scholar and intellectual, founder of Independent Labour Party, okay, founder of Independent Labour Party, okay, later founded the Scheduled Caste Federation, planned the formation of the Republican Party of India, okay, member of Viceroy's Executive Council during the Second World War, chairman, drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly, minister in Nehru's first cabinet after independence, okay, resigned in 1951 due to differences over Hindu code bill, adopted Buddhism in 1956 with thousands of followers. Okay, all about B.R. Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar. Number of things are there connected with him. There are a number of one mark answers also are there from that area. Clear or not? Clear. Okay, so read about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and the land. Next one. Okay, here we can see one other party here, Revolutionary Party. Okay, in 1929 as National Revolutionary Party and later renamed as Institutional Revolutionary Party. Okay, Institutional Revolutionary Party, PRI in Spanish, exercised power. So that's what the emblem of that party, PRI. Okay, in Mexico, exercised power in Mexico for almost 6 decades. It represented a legacy of the Mexican Revolution. Originally, PRI was a mixture of various interests, including political and military leaders, laborers, and peasant organizations, and numerous political parties. Over a period of time, okay, Plutarco Elias Calles, and founder of PRI. So read that name properly. The pronunciation is somewhat different because it's a Mexican name. Okay, Mexican name. The founder of PRI was able to capture the organization and thereby the government. Elections were held at regular intervals, and it was the PRI which won every time. Other parties existed in the name only so as to give the ruling party greater legitimacy. The electoral laws are operated in a manner so as to ensure that PRI always won. Elections were often rigged and manipulated by the ruling party. Its rule was described as the perfect dictatorship. Finally, the party lost in the presidential election held in 2000. Mexico is no longer a one-party dominated country, but the tactics adopted by the PRI during the period of its dominance had a long-term effect on the health of democracy. The citizens have yet to develop a full confidence in the free and fair nature of elections. So PRI, the political party, is an example that, okay, in a democracy, if a single party is trying to dominate over the other other parties, it will create trouble for the existence of democracy. So PRA is an example for that. That's in Mexico. So already we studied about PRA in class 9. Remembering that? Class 9. This is chapter is there. The first chapter from the Democratic Politics Part 1. The chapter is deleted from the syllabus. Okay, why not you not read that? But this term is important, PRA. Okay, so just to read that, my source-based question. Okay, PRI. So moving forward, clear. Next one. The roots of this extraordinary success of Congress party go back to the legacy of the freedom struggle. We wrote that already. Congress was seen as inheritor of the national movement. Yes. Okay. Many leaders who were in the forefront of the struggle were now contesting election as Congress candidates. So number of leaders, okay, they are or there was sorry, they were in the forefront of the national movement. Now, who are they? They are the candidates in the candidates in the election on behalf of the Congress party. The Congress was already a very well organized party, and by the time the other parties could even think about the strategy, clear or not? So other parties are unable to think about a program to participate in the election, but Congress party is far ahead. Okay, far better than any other party. The Congress had already started its campaign. In fact, many parties were formed only around independence or after that. So the Congress had the first of the bloc's advantage. Clear or not? So they are at the first position of all these blocks there. By the time of independence, the party had not only spread across the length and breadth of the country, as we had seen in the maps, but also had an organizational network down to the local level. Most importantly, as the Congress was still recently a national movement, its nature was, okay, recently a national movement, its nature was all inclusive. All these factors contributed to the dominance of the Congress party. Clear? So you got that answer. You wrote that answer in your note. Okay. So please check it. Check it. Okay. And learn it. This is the or that is the answer for write a short note on nature of Congress dominions. Okay. So what makes Congress party to dominate over all other parties? What are the things there? Basically, people accepted the Congress party. Why? The leaders, almost all the leaders of the Congress party, they participate in the national movement, and now they are the candidates. Okay, those who contesting in the election. So people will give their vote or their consent for such kind of leaders. There, right? Clear or not? And their strategy and setup all around the country, they have their organizational setup, and even in the local levels, even in the local levels, all other parties that formed just after independence or almost around the time of independence. But Congress party, it is formed in the year 1885. We know that, right? The formed in the century, 19th century. Clear or not? Okay, very old party. And that advantage is there for that party, their strategy. Other parties are unable to think about the strategies. That time, Congress party is far ahead or far better than any other political party that existed at that time. Clear? So that created a positive result for Congress party. Congress party. Clear? Next one we are discussing about. Okay, so here the Congress as social and ideological coalition. The Congress as social and ideological coalition. Clear? So, what do you mean ideology? Ideology. So, different political parties in the world have different ideology. They are running related with the different ideologies. I mean, plans and programs. Plans and programs. Clear? I already told you that some party they are running related with or their program is communist policies are there. Okay, they're believing communism. Some parties, I mean communism or socialism, some parties believe in capitalist approach, capitalism. Some parties, centristic parties are there. Okay, a party like BJP in India, their main ideology is a Hindutva. Okay, clear or not? And creating a what kind of country or giving importance for a tradition and older values. That's what the ideology of BJP. Clear? Clear or not? You remember that? We studied already that in class 10 related with the different political parties and their ideologies. Clear or not? Okay, so what is the Congress party's ideology? What was that? An idea? And today we know that there is no ideology with the Congress party. Clear or not? Almost all the Congress party is away from power. Away from power. Okay, Congress party is away from power in almost all the states in the country, even from the central ministry. Clear or not? Clear or not? Okay, fine. So what do you mean by ideology of a party? We know that some parties are rightist, some parties are leftist, and some parties are centralistic parties. Rightist parties means they're supporters of capitalism. Okay, clear or not? Leftist parties means they're basically supporting the farmers, peasants, and workers. Clear or not? Peasants and workers. Centrist party, they will include everyone. They want the rich people and they want the poor people too. Clear or not? That kind of parties are called the centralistic parties. So Congress party is an example for that, a centralistic approach. Okay, here we have already studied in the history of how Congress evolved from its origins in 1885 as a pressure group for a newly educated professional and commercial classes to a mass movement in the 20th century. So already studied that, right? We know that it started in the year 1885. 1885 by yesterday I told you to find out the name of the person. Okay, and find out. Did you? Nobody. Okay. What is his name? What was the
Oh, you.
Ayohu? Okay. Is he an Indian? No. No
No.
information related with the Ayohu. So collect the information. Remember, one more day for you people. Do it. Okay. So Ayohu in the year 1885, and it's a group of. Okay, it's a group of newly educated, professional, and commercial classes. Okay, so already we studied a new middle classes emerged at the time of the French Revolution. French Revolution, the elite group, right or not? The educated group they are. Clear or not? They are the new commercial class. They are the new middle class. I mean, the rich people, right? So that people, that group of people, basically they led the French Revolution. Clear? Clear or not? Okay, like in India, it started. Okay, what is that? The Congress Party. Congress Party, it's a group of such kind of people, educated people, professionals are there, commercial classes are there. I mean, traders and businessmen. And the mass movement it's a mass movement in the 20th century. Number of people participated in this Congress Party and started movement against the British government. This laid the basis of its eventual transformation into a mass political party and its subsequent domination of the political system. Thus, the Congress began as a party dominated by the English-speaking, upper caste, upper middle class, and the urban elite. So you want to understand one thing there. Okay, at the beginning, we know that the Congress Party is a group of educated professionals and commercial classes. I mean, the rich people. This Congress began as a party dominated by the English speaking people, upper caste people, upper middle class, and the urban elite. Okay, at the beginning stage, okay, the members of the Congress Party basically they are rich. Okay, they are from high caste, clear or not? Or rich middle class people they are, upper middle class people they are, clear or not? They are the English speaking people they are, right? They are the English speaking people. So common people will get any attraction to that particular party, with the common people or the poor people, they'll get any attraction? No chance for it, right? It is very rare, very rare. So we will think that, or the people thought that it's a party, it's a group of people, only the English speaking people they are. They're the rich people, they're the upper middle class people. Okay, they are the professionals, they're the businessmen. Okay, so there is no space for local people or common people in that party. Okay, so the people thought so. Okay, but with the every civil disobedience movement launched, we already know that in 1920s, the non-cooperation movement, and in 1930s, what is that? The civil disobedience movement. Civil disobedience movement. 1920, non-cooperation movement along with the Khilafat movement, and in 1930s, what is that? Civil disobedience movement started. Okay, right? Civil disobedience movement. So Gandhi is the man behind all these two movements, all right? Okay, I mean the non-cooperation movement along with the Khilafat and the civil disobedience movement in 1930s, we know that with the famous Salt March, Dandi March, right? Head or not? Head or not? So remember, we studied all these things in the junior classes. Okay, so just brush up all those things and utilize that knowledge now. Okay, so subsequent domination of the political system, the Congress began as a party dominated by the English-speaking, upper caste, upper middle class, and the urban elite. But with the every civil disobedience movement which launched, its social base widened. Okay, So because of the civil disobedience movement that organized by Mahatma Gandhi, social base of this party become widened. Means number of common people, they started cooperating with the Congress party. Okay, it brought together diverse groups. I mean different groups. Diverse group, not a diverse group, right? Okay, what do you mean diverse group? Different groups of people started cooperating with the Congress party. Different groups of people. Okay, the peasants, artisans, traders, okay, even the Dalits, okay, like that, almost all the different sections of the people started cooperating with the Congress party, okay, whose interests were often contradictory. So the interest of the people or the social groups, they are the part of the Congress party that was, or their interests are different. Interests are different. Clear? The millionaires, also the members of the Congress party. Mill owners means the owners of the cotton mill, maybe, or different industries, maybe, right? They are the part of the Congress party, right? The workers also the part of the Congress party. Okay. Industrialists are the part of the Congress party. Industrial workers also the part of the Congress party, right? So Congress party facing a problem. What is that? What is the interest of the mill owners or the industrialist? Pay less to the workers. Pay less to the workers and make the workers to work for a long period of time, right? Yes or no? And what the interest of the industrial workers? Huh? They want to work for less period of time. They want to get good wages, okay, and they want good working condition. And both group of people are there in the Congress party. So Congress party will face a problem. What is that? If industry is coming closer to the Congress party, the workers will move away from Congress party. Clear or not? If the workers will come closer to the Congress party, the industrial owners, I mean, the industrialists will go away from the Congress party. So Congress always face this problem because that's a party. Is a party basically. It's an inclusive program is there for the party. Okay, including everyone. So what will happen there? If one group coming closer, other group will move away. Clear? Upper caste coming to the Congress party, the lower caste will move away. Lower caste will coming to the Congress party, the upper caste will move away from the Congress party. Clear? So Congress party always face that problem. Okay, because of that, their program called the inclusive policy. Inclusive policy. Okay, peasants and industrialists, urban dwellers and villages. In the party, the people are there from the cities and from the villages. Okay. Workers and owners are there. Okay. Middle class people, lower and upper classes and caste, all found space in the Congress. Gradually, its leadership also expanded beyond the upper caste and upper class professionals to agriculture-based leaders with the rural orientation. So what happened here? So everyone they started participating with the Congress party. Finally, the Congress party became the mix of almost all the different sections of people, people there. Clear? Clear? So not only the upper caste people, even the lower caste people also got chances to become leaders of the Congress party. By the time of independence, the Congress was transformed into a rainbow-like, okay, use the term here, rainbow-like social coalition. Clear or not? Rainbow-like social coalition means what is that? All colors are there. Okay, I mean all the different groups of people are there in that party. Clear? It represent the workers, it represent the industrialists, it represent the higher caste people, it represent the lower caste people, it represent the rich, it represent the poor, right? Clear or not? So it's a rainbow coalition. Everyone is participated, everyone is joined, and everyone is ready to cooperate with the Congress party at that time. Okay, because of that, that party managed to win in almost all the seats there. Clear? Got that point? Okay, broadly representing India's diversity. So the party that broadly representing India's diversity in terms of classes and caste, religions and languages, and various interests. Various interests. These are clear? All these points are clear or not? So read the textbook. I am again telling you people, suggesting you people that to read the textbook. So without reading the textbook, it is impossible. So you cannot learn anything from the gate. Nothing we are able to by heart. Clear or not? We want to know the things. Then only you are able to write that answer. Clear? So in other subjects, the formula, if you know, so if you think and you are able to find out the answer there. For us, there is no formulas. You want to know that. Clear or not? Okay, if Aishwarya want to know about Elvina, then only she can or she's able to speak about Elvina, right or not? Or Elvina want to know about Grishma Joshi, then only Elvina is able to speak about Grishma Joshi, which is not so, not so impossible. Or she want to say something else. That's what almost your answers are like that. What? There's no connection with the question. Answers are not connected with the question. If asking about Ramayana, we'll write about Mahabharata. Okay, that's what I'm telling you people to read the textbook thoroughly. There, Karan Raj, Amal Raj, Ashish Benny. Okay, textbook reading is compulsory. Next, some days are leave for you people. Just to utilize those days to read the textbook and understand the things there. Find out the meanings of the terms that you don't know. Okay, prepare the dictionary, working dictionary. Okay, clear. I told you working dictionary is important. When you coming to the school, after all these chaos or problems, I will ask these things for you. Your notes, your files, or your working dictionary. Okay, everything I will ask. Definitely. You have to show also. Clear, Elvina? Elvina. Elvina is thinking about that. What
Sir,
is this working dictionary? What is this notes? Elvina. Okay, fine, guys. And we will meet after the holidays. Okay, so enjoy your holidays. Fruitfully use it. Okay, so we will meet up after the holidays. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. And the next day after the holiday, it is a test day. Clear? Clear? Okay. Very wisely, you people skipped from the test today. I know that. Okay. Nobody intimated that. Basically, I myself, I forgot that, right? Okay. Let it be. Anyway, we will meet in the next class, guys, after the holidays. Thank you, everyone.